Okay, so we're here today to talk about after-action reports for those new guys among you to World of Warships Legends. So go into service report, service record I should say. I'm gonna pull up the Mutsu here because there's a lot to talk about there. But before we do that, let's just start with this service record here, with the most recent battles. It's gonna tell you either one of three things. At the top of it, it's gonna either say victory, defeat, or draw. Yes, you can get draws here. They're very rare. I've only had them happen, I think, twice in my entirety of playing the game. Double checking because legitimately I don't remember. Statistics. 2 draws there. Yeah, 2 draws in the entirety of my career playing Warships, which has now been legitimately like a year. Okay, maybe 2. I don't know. It's been a while. But seriously, 2 draws in the entire thing. Guys, that's not great, is it? So, just counting draws, I guess, technically, because they're so rare, or at least I think they're so rare, because I've never gotten one. Let's continue. So this is really either going to say victory or defeat in, sorry, this screen right here. So we're gonna go. It's also gonna tell you the time in military time of the battles. I think it's beginning. I think, or it might be when it ended. I'm not sure. I think, although I'm fairly sure it's the beginning of it. Yeah, it is the beginning of the next match, or when you play it again. Cause I remember the Britain one ending, and we sat around for a little while, me and Ninja, and then we started another game about 15 minutes later, yeah. So, and it'll tell you the map and the style of play you are in. Whether it be competitive play, the versus players, or versus AI. In this case it was versus AI on the map Neighbors. Don't worry, this is all reiterated in the first screen here, which is the personal screen. This is specifically how you did as a ship commander. Alright? Leading the vessels. So again, I'll reiterate your victory in both the top left-hand corner, with directly underneath it the three section line of what style of play you are in. Again, whether it be versus AI, standard play, which is player versus player, or competitive play, the style of game mode it was, whether it be domination, capture the flag, capture the objective, you know, something like that, or if it went finally at the end, the map, in this case again, Neighbors. That specifically tells you more or less the range of ships that were in there, because each map has a specific rank that it lets in. I think Neighbors is 3 to 6, or maybe it's even 3 to 7. I'm not too sure actually. I don't remember. I don't fully know. So then immediately underneath that that second, I call it byline, comes a second byline, which tells you the date of the battle and the time of it. Again, when it started. And then to your immediate right is all these stuff about you, but then again you can see that all the time, so that's not unique just to the screen. But what is unique to the screen is underneath the second bigger victory, the one in yellow, it'll tell you how you either won or lost that game. Again, also it'll tell you what happened in the case of the draw. I think it's all ships were destroyed on both sides, so it calls it a draw. Like if you guys destroy each other at the same time, that's why. So this screen will tell you if all the enemies were destroyed, if all of you were destroyed in the case of defeat, if time ran out and you guys won on points, or if time ran out and you guys lost because you didn't have enough points, or you guys reached the maximum points, or the enemy reached the maximum points. All of these are options. Under the how you guys won will come the ship you had this in this battle were using. In this case, we were using. And I was using the Mutsu, which is tier 5 battleship. There's 3 insignias. There's 3 different distinct ship insignias, and then there's a whole heap of other further denominations. Such as this golden one means it's a premium ship. That means it costs gold, or in this case what they call doubloons. The farmost left golden number on right here, the farmost golden number, this one, that's doubloons. That means I can buy the ship. I got it free though, because I got it free from a large box that the game gives you every so often. You have a minute chance of getting 1 of 3 ships out of it. Otherwise, I've gotten 2 out of 3. I'm just waiting on getting the Indianapolis, because it's the Marblehead, the Indianapolis, and actually it might be the Boise. I think it is the Boise. So underneath the Mutsu there, it'll tell you received during battle, which is everything you got. At the far right of that, on the same line as the Mutsu, it'll tell you victory bonus received, which is just meaning if it's the first one of the day for you in this ship, you get an extra 1.5 XP, I do believe, out of it. So that's good. So it'll tell you received money, ship XP, global XP, commander XP, and whether you did this with or without a premium. Premium just means you get additional on top of it. Underneath that is the battle performance, i.e. specifically how good did you actually do, and what everything did. So in this case I did a total damage of about 50,000. I got 18 hits with my main turrets. You see target hits, that's separate. That's for secondary batteries on my ship. I hit I destroyed 3 targets. I hit 2 citadels. Or I hit the citadel twice on ships. Defended an area, caused some flooding with torpedoes, and I also incapacitated something, and I hit something with torpedo. And it'll tell you through the current missions of your missions and campaigns. It will update you and do a rolling progress on it. And apparently I completed 2 of somethings there. I don't know what though. That's the wrong one. Next, if you press R1, you'll go to the team results. This will show how many alive or dead your team is during the battle, or at the end of the battle. It will also tell you how much XP they got compared to you. Along with, they'll tell you exactly how much XP everyone got, and you can figure out by how high up your name is how well you did. So the higher up, the better you are. If this was against regular players, there would also be medals on the sides that correspond to different things. We'll get to medals in another episode. Let's first, and also tell you how many kills you got, as just simply a number denoted next to your name. And finally, if you press R3 again, you get the economy. This just breaks down everything in full real numbers. Notice under expenses, for the credits, it says expensive in ship service. That just means take out a ship. You took out a ship from harbor. It's gonna, even if you never get touched by the enemy or you never fired a shell, well, you still burned gas to get around the map, and you still did damage to the engines and bearings and such by, using them. And who knows, you may even have thrown a nice coat of paint on there, and that paint needs to now be retouched up. So you keep it and such. Of course, on the more extreme end, say your ship gets blown up, well, they need to refloat it, or they're just going to rebuild it completely new. Just saying. Or somewhere in between. You've taken damage from the enemy and you're still afloat. Which is very rare for me, but hey, man. But, you know, giant holes in the ship is not exactly what I call great for if you want to continue battling. So you gotta, you know, put in some new metal, reline the barrels, or actually, I should say replace the barrels, because firing a literal 5,000 round game doesn't exactly make the barrels last well. Heck, in real life, if after about 400 shot, actually even less than that, most battleships and cruisers and destroyers had their barrels completely replaced. So, fairly realistic. Anyways, that's the service record and the after action reports. Next time we'll talk about something, I don't know what. Let's hope Sovietsky gets back from paternity leave soon. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, practice against AI. They'll train you and lead and such.